How's it going, Preston Outdoors fans? I'm your host here, Ethan Preston. Today I want to talk to you guys about dragging a Texas rig. So before we get into this video, I want to make sure you guys go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell icon below so you get a notification every time I upload a video. Also check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and don't forget about Snapchat, all at Preston Outdoors. Keep you up to date. Let's get into the video. So like I said, I want to talk to you about a Texas rig, dragging it in today's video, and I want to talk to you about my setup and stuff like that and how I fish this and when and where and stuff like that. So let's get into it. So my setup here, predominantly I'm going for smallmouth when I'm dragging a Texas rig out in open water, most of the time going around cover, or rocks I should say. So that's why my rod and setup is going to be a little bit different than if I was flipping and pitching a Texas rig or if I was going for largemouth and heavier cover. So for the smallmouth here, I got the Cast King Perigee 2. This is a 7-1 medium heavy rod, okay, with a fast action tip. Right now I have the Cast King Assassin. This is a 6:3-to-1 gear ratio reel, okay? I would not throw this on here. This is just the rod and reel, is the setup I had the other day. What I would throw on there is what I have here is the Cast King Speed Demon. This is a 9:3-to-1 gear ratio. You'll find out later here in the video that I had a little bit of a trouble with a slower gear ratio reel. Trust me, you can still catch fish using a slower gear ratio reel, but it helps so much more to have that 9:3-to-1 going for you there. So anyway, I got here 20-pound fluorocarbon. That's what I'm going to be throwing. That's a Cast King Fluorocoat fluorocarbon. I'm going to be throwing this even if I was using that Speed Demon or whatever. Right here, I want to talk about this. When I'm dragging this through rock, I have, this is a 3/16 Swagger tackle, tungsten bullet weight here. Got it in that silver color, so it's a little bit more shiny. Down to this happens to be a 3.5-inch brush beaver, I think, and I have a little 4/0 VMC flipping hook, okay? Pop that through, you're gonna Texas rig that, and that's basically my setup. When I'm through rock, I'm having that thing pegged, so if the head gets stuck in there, the tails will pop up, but then you won't have as much snags for when you cast and this bullet weight falls down and lands in a rock. That's when you're going to get a lot of snags. So I just want to, it's real simple. I'm going to throw it out here and talk to you about how I do it. So right now the smallmouth are really chasing crayfish, and in the fall or early in the spring, this is such a subtle bait. You can change your bait up to where it has more of a kicking action. This beaver style, this brush beaver here, does not have hardly any kicking action. It just kind of rises and falls, okay? Well, so what I'm going to do, fluorocarbon, doesn't reflect sunlight, so you can't see the line. I'm going to make a long cast, let it hit the bottom. That's real simple. All I'm going to do is, since I'm on rock, slowly drag it in, okay? Build up my slack, let it pause, slowly drag it in. That tungsten weight hitting on the rocks will sound, make a little bit of noise down there, let them know it's there. Super clear water, they should be able to see it anyway, and that's all I'm going to do. Now when I get a bite, a lot of times you're dragging, you won't feel a thump like your rod tip. Sometimes you'll drag and all of a sudden you won't feel anything because they picked it up and swam at me at the boat here. So what you do is you just lift up until you, once they've had a chance to eat it, I'm going to reel down. Make sure there's a tiny bit of slack in your line so you're not pulling them on the sweep. Reel down, and then just set the hook as hard as you can. Crank on that bait to get them in. A lot of times in the roof of their mouth, stuff like that, because they don't want to let this thing go. That's why you have a Speed Demon on there. See how much faster I got to crank? 6.3 to 1. Should have that 9.3 to 1 on here. And we have it. 33.5 pound fish. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. Again, hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have some questions. I'd be more than helpful to try and answer all your questions here. And all the links to the rod, reel, and line and stuff like that will be in the description below. If you haven't already, go check out Cast King. Head on over there and look at their page. Use the links to go through there and check out what they have. Lines, reels, rods, everything like that. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and tune in next time to Preston Outdoors.